Howdy folks, this is Valentine's Day 2023. I'm standing below the Moyog 1 bridge, the Pen Borneo calls it. This is the completed bridge at near or just downstream the Monsopiad cultural village. This is what it looks like from below, and just as I worried, even though the river is now open, wide and clear, but the presence of 12 of these bridge columns, bridge pier, there's 12 of them, 6 on one side and 6 on the other side. And then you can look at how it impedes, how those columns can contribute to impeding the efficiency of open channel river flow. It's quite wide upstream, narrows a bit down under the bridge, and then you watch closely how the water eddies crash against the column. Now one of them can contribute to a few percent of slowing down of the water flow, which means slow recession of flood. And another one there. That's how a presence of a column in the middle of a river impedes flood flow. But then what can you do? You have to build a column, otherwise you can't have a bridge. So what you should do to make up for the impediment of these columns, you should widen the river a bit. And I think they heard my previous video. They did remove the extra soil here. Maybe it was temporary. Maybe it was temporary. They had an overburden just to compact the backfill slope here. Or that one looks eroded by the flood. Okay. So the river bank here is kind of narrowed a bit under the bridge. But then I would expect them to maybe add further protection underneath this on this bank, on both sides of the bank, so that the beach abutment they will be protected. Otherwise, if it is left like that and earth, this river will tend to erode this bank. So usually, like in the Dambai Bridge, they might concrete it or put gabions on it or whatever protection. This soil is going to need some kind of protection. But personally, I would prefer some of the bulldozer widens that bit here, make the slope a bit at an angle, widen the river, and concrete this surface here, so that it won't be eroded by future floods. And that's what they did below the Dambai Bridge at Pinampang proper. Okay. So I wait to see what this Pen Borneo will do to this, what they do to improve underneath the bridge. And on the right bank, if I can zoom on the right bank, let me go down a bit, it looks like they did add some protection there. Definitely the flood water will erode loose soil embankment. It's a backfill soil. And if that is not protected, well, the water will find its way and will erode that bank until it will endanger the abutment on the other end, that column there. So it looks like they're gonna have to, there's no protection, they try to do some protection for the soil there, because it's already being eroded. Oh, they fill with rock fill protection. But even rock fill protection will be eroded by this strong force of water. See how forceful, powerful water flow is. And if this column is not concrete, it will be eroded by the natural flow of water. So building bridges is not child's play, people. And if the contractor are always trying to save money, and that column there must have been some construction flow that they enclose one of this in a in a sort of a what is that? A big expanded column, and that is turned into a rectangular sized column of concrete, and that is really impeding the flow. See, this is what happens when you have a obstruction in a river flow. Even those concrete may slowly be eroded by the water. Okay, so see what happens to the water when you block it. It becomes a rapid. So this is a good place for people to have some spot of rapid during the flood. You can go kayaking here. Wow, under the bridge, under the rapid caused by the obstruction of this column. See, so how much inefficiency of open channel flow is caused by this obstruction. So I really hope that this Pampanu will enlarge this bank a bit and give it a concrete protection. Then we will have reinstated the river width back to the original before these ugly columns were installed. That's you, folks. And on the issue of a bit of the narrowing of the river below the bridge, even the mother from the canteen I spoke to said the same thing. She doesn't have any degree, but she said the same thing, that she says the river is narrowed under the bridge. So this is it. I expect this earth to be removed further to reinstate the width of the river. That's it, folks. This is the view of the upstream side of the Monsopiad bridge crossing, or they call it Moyog 1. And of course, I do like the wall. This is what I expect it should be. In case of a big flood, this wing wall here will help focus the flood water underneath the bridge floor. We also got the other side. Yeah, correct. This is part of bridge abutment protection. What is it? That is the part of the bridge underneath. And yeah, this is a wing wall. It will protect the embankment of the soil that leads to the road to the bridge. Yep, that's correct. Perfect engineering, that one. So all they need to do is reinstate the width of the river and take into account the flow obstruction by 12 columns, a bridge column, a bridge pier, right in the middle of the water. And of course, the danger of this column is sometimes they will tend to trap bamboo. If the bamboo is long enough, they can get entangled in the columns and need human to clear it up. But otherwise, a nice bridge.